Champy, you ready?
Came on him like slow-moving cold front. His beard was warmer than a look in her eyes. She sat on a stool and he said, "What do you want?" She said, "Give me a love that don't freeze up inside." He said, "I have melted some hearts in my time, dear, but to see it next to you, well, I shiver and shake. And if I knew love, well, I don't think I'd be here, asking myself if I've got what it takes to melt your icy blue heart. Should I start, turn what's been frozen for years into a river of tears? Yeah. There was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord. I don't really care for music, do ya? Goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, minor fall, and a major lift. Baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair. She smashed your throne and cut your hair. From your lips she drew hallelujah. You're not singing, champ? What is up with the dog and not singing? Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Satan wears suit and tie. Does he work at the Dairy Queen? Does he listen to rock and roll? Does he feed the mean? Singing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. What about Jesus? Didn't he do it too? Yeah, hang out with the prostitutes, have a drink or two. Power of example, my mama said it and I heard. She said 1 ounce of action beats a ton of words. Singing hallelujah. Mama said there would be angels, hallelujah. Mama said there would be sun. Now you're gonna sing? Now you're gonna sing. Now that I'm done. I've done all the singing. Now you're gonna sing. This is how we're playing tonight? I thought you were a professional. No? Uh-huh. Howdy, everybody. Hey, Key Jones. So let's see what's happening. So happy Monday, everyone. It could be a Meltdown Monday, but that's largely driven by you. You can ask any questions you want. Sometimes, let's see, Kyle made an entire website using Lovable. I did, although to be fair, the website that I made is 1 page. But I did. If you go to 10personteam.com, I don't have the e-commerce in there yet. That's one of the things that I was working on today. I updated some of the language on the site. And yeah, switch these.
Yes, and I believe what our friend on the comments is saying is that Kyle, I made an entire website using Lovable.
Oh, far out.
Well, commas are important.
Awesome? Huh? It's an important distinction. Listen, I think just to set expectations here, I assume that every comment is some sort of compliment to me. Congratulations to you on making a website with Lovable. Isn't it amazing? It was funny. I was telling someone about it today. What did they do? I forget what they did. They did something. They're like, oh, I do code all day. And I said, have you tried vibe coding yet? No, not really. I'm like, you might want to see what's going on. Better the enemy we know. And what's a funny thing happens with AI is that it feels like a thing we've got to compete with. And certainly the narrative about AI is that it's something we've got to compete with, right? It's us against the robots. The robots are going to kill us. It's the world's greatest plagiarism machine, right? It's all this shit about us versus the AI. It's going to be smarter than us. It is already, by the way. I mean, unless you're a polymath in Mensa, and even then, it's probably got you. You versus the black bar. That's producer Brandon. He knows we're only probably live one night this week, and so he's coming in hot with attitude. But he's right. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Black bar. There you go. All right. Beautiful. Oh, and I got to get rid of this wire so you people can actually see the screen. Everything's a mess. By the way, Brandon gave an awesome LOL publishing a book electronically. Yeah. By the way, if you missed it, in the AI Salon, the LOLs, the Learn Out Louds, are available in the AI Salon. So Brandon just gave one on Saturday on how to publish a book. And didn't you dust your TikTok? Okay, I will. Didn't you published, you went from like nothing to a book like for sale in the entire thing? You want to talk about it a little, your experience, and I'll clean my lens?
Yeah, sure. So it was a lot of fun, and it's all on demand. We did a notebook LM that if you wanted to know the resources, that's published as well. But what we did was about 10 minutes before the scheduled end of the Learn Out Loud, I said, okay, well, we've got about 10 minutes left. Let's make a book. And so we went to ChatGPT and we had it iterate through 10 different ideas. I picked one. It wrote chapter by chapter the 5 pages of the book. And then we dropped it all into the template and had it give us the keywords and the categories for Amazon. And 26 minutes later, it was submitted for approval. And later that night, you could buy it on Amazon.
That's amazing.
Free copies available to anybody who attended the Learn Out Loud.
What was the title? What was the topic?
The train that lost its ticket.
Oh, it was a kid's book?
Yeah, just a short little kid's book story about the train who lost his ticket. But it was a really good group of people. It was a lot of fun. And Corey Sandler is going to be doing hers on Going Down Rabbit Holes at the end of the month on the 31st.
That's great. That's great. If you haven't seen the way Corey Sandler works, that's one that's worth attending, because the way she takes her creative superpowers and applies it by, she'll get something that looks interesting to her, and then just like she's drilling for oil. She'll just go down and down and down and down and just follow this creative path all the way down. And sometimes she gets there and sometimes she doesn't. She'll come back up and go down another hole, but it's fascinating to watch. It's really good. I guess it's confession night. Kyle is at the helm. I thought every comment being a compliment was a requirement. It is a requirement, but sometimes we have new people here and they don't know the rules. They don't know that you're not allowed to say anything bad about Kyle. Except the trolls. Trolls come in. Yeah, what's going on with your nose hair, weirdo? All right. 1:30. Corey Sandler going down rabbit holes. Very cool. All right. TikTok is back to better. So tomorrow, Daisy Thomas and I leave for Washington, D.C. The AI Salon is hosting a fly-in of, 13 or 14 AI startups. And we're going to be going all over Washington, D.C. to talk to the good people and probably the bad people, all the people, good and bad. Trying to think what else. That's what's been on my mind. What's been on my mind here lately. Couple of things happening on the daily practice front. The first is, since I've been doing a daily practice, I've had more personal breakthroughs. Yes, sir. TikTok pin.
Before you go down that rabbit hole, we got a TikTok pin for you.
Did you gather good stories for your trip? I did. If you have not, if you go into the AI Salon and go into community feed, there's a post there where I request stories of how AI has changed your life. I took all those stories, put them into ChatGPT to summarize them and categorize them and things like that. And so I have that. I think there were nine or 10 in there. If you haven't done that yet, and you want to add your story to it, I like having individual stories of impact from the community, because they are very, very valuable to people down there. So if you haven't done that, that would be great. So thank you for asking. Okay, back to the practice. I've had more personal breakthroughs in the past 4 weeks than I've probably had in a few years. And breakthroughs are interesting because they take, when you have a breakthrough, you have this aha moment, like, oh, I didn't know I did that, or oh, that little nuance of conversation in my head colors everything I do, right? You're like, what if it wasn't that? What if it was the opposite of that? The thing about those kind of breakthroughs is when you have them, they're crystal clear and they're active, and it's like an adrenaline rush. And if you don't maintain them, they can be very fleeting. You can have big breakthroughs and then just, go back to what Townsend Wardlaw calls your legacy way of being. That basically we all have this sort of default, this legacy, the us that we designed when we realized the world was dangerous when we were 6 or 7. Whatever those choices are that you make when you're young that color your whole life. You've been behaving that way your whole life, and your life works as well as it does because of that behavior, even if it doesn't work, even if it doesn't serve you anymore. So that legacy way of being is this persistent, it's basically like just waiting in the wings. Oh, you had a breakthrough? Cool. Awesome. I'm still here. Right? I'm still here. Oh, you think you're not going to be anxious for that next thing that you are always anxious for? I'll make you anxious for that. I can do that. I'm here for you. So the legacy you is always there in the wings, just ready to take over. And so what's been powerful for me is, it's funny, when we started doing the mastermind practice, and by the way, what I'm talking about is within this AI Salon, we've got this thing called the mastermind practice. And it's a framework that we created for individuals to design their own daily practice using AI. And then we've got a weekly meeting called the Practice Lab, where anyone who's a part of the mastermind can come and hang out and work on their daily practice. So for the first couple of months, I taught it. I co-led the sessions with Liz Miller-Gershfeld, but I didn't really do it. I was like, yeah, I'm doing a daily practice, but it wasn't. Like, a daily practice is a daily practice. And then, I don't know, 3 weeks or so ago, I realized, oh, I could turn this channel into a daily practice. And so I've been slowly trying to figure out what that looks like. And in the past week or so, I've started shifting some other things. So I now have a morning routine that I'm trying to do with this morning routine what I did with this live, which is make it a habit. Even though it's a daily practice, I want to make my practice a habit because I want to keep doing it. And so what that looks like is I get up at 7. I get showered and ready by 7:30. From 7:30 to 8, I walk Champy. We actually go out and I walk the dog. And then I come back and I start writing in my journal, like with a pen. And what I've been writing lately is they really want to hear from me. They always have. They were waiting so long. And then I write, who wants to hear from me? And then I spend as much of the next hour as I can either sending out emails or posting to social media or doing the things that I normally would be hiding from. And I'm like 4 days into that. And it's not a habit yet. I think it takes about 2 weeks to establish a habit. and I'm going to DC, so I've got a really awesome opportunity to break to break that daily practice and shatter it into little pieces and let my legacy way of being take back over. But I'm not going to do that. Like, one of the reasons I'm saying this out loud is I'm committed to doing my daily practice and being present. Create myself every morning. Create the idea, no, create that I am allowing these new shifts in who I am to not dissipate, to not float away. Is the National Guard AI friendly? What time do you get to the office? I get to the office around 8:45. I usually leave here around 8:30. I have a 9 o'clock a standing tech meeting at 9 a.m. So I usually leave here at 8:30, and then whatever little extra time I have when I get to the office, I'll just continue working on the outreach stuff. But that's been pretty good. My legs are sore because I have been so static. So all this walking and standing and things like that. So it's all good. What's funny about the daily practice stuff is that everyone that's doing it is slowing down, narrowing their focus rather than expanding it, mixing analog and digital. Well, I don't know if it's everyone. I'm noticing a pattern that a lot of people that are doing a daily practice, as they're getting more intentional about who they are and what their values are and the kind of work they want to do, they're jettisoning some of the noise, which makes perfect sense, right? You're going to the Zen kind of place. I forgot your mountain time, and I'm Eastern, where I live in Toronto. Cool. Yeah, it's a little late there on the East Coast. I apologize for that. When I started this, I didn't really take in that that it would be a burden to a lot of people. My apologies. But I have to, I come home from work. I usually get home around, 5:30 to 6:30, and then I sometimes have to go to the grocery store. Like, we had to go to the store tonight. So 8 o'clock is sort of the safe time where I can get all that shit done and eat and spend a little time with the family and then start my show. So, 3 Mile Storage is in the house. Jim Ross, big man Jim Ross. Hey, it's Jim Ross, 3 Mile Storage. How's it going? This is how Jim talks. He's like, hey, how's it going? My name's Jim Ross. They call me Big Jim. I'm big in storage, and I'm big in AI. I don't know why he talks like that. It's a little weird. But anyway, he's pretty good at AI. He's in the storage business. You're like, oh, RAM? No, cardboard boxes. Yeah. It's actually the self-storage business is the most AI forward industry in all of the industries, largely thanks to Jim Ross. Oh my gosh, that sounds just like Jim. Oh, by the way, if you're on a Mac and you have a paid Claude account, a $20 Claude account, I got access to Claude Cowork. And in fact, I can share my screen. It's the problem with these Cowork things right now is that they're a little, how do I say, boring to look at, because they started as coding tools. But let me see, do I close that? Yeah, that's good. So on the left-hand side here, this is your chat window. I would show you how it works, except I blew through all my usage tokens today, so I can't use it again till 1 a.m. tomorrow. I was working on a project for my co-founder at Storyvine. Like, this is a cool use case. She had 300 or like 3,500 records from Salesforce. She exported as a CSV. In Salesforce, for some reason, when our salespeople over the years input people, they didn't input their city and state, like where they live. so we're trying to sort of figure out, if we're going to go to Philadelphia, for example, who lives there that we might want to reach out to. So we've got this project to take these 3,500 people and get their names and addresses, which you can get from LinkedIn. And we have all their LinkedIn profiles. So Monique said, can you have your magic AI thing just go fill in all the addresses? And so that's the kind of thing Claude's really good at. So what happens is you sort of type into Claude code like you would a normal LLM, but then, like, over here to the right, this is LinkedIn, and I don't know if you can see it, but up here to the top, you see this little yellow thing? There's a green check mark and it says Claude MCP. That stands for Model Context Protocol. But basically, what this is this Claude Cowork mode can access, this is a Chrome browser, and it basically just spins up a special instance of a tab group that it's got access to. So any tab that gets generated in this group, Claude Code has access to. So it can just go surf the web for you, and you can give it full access to whatever site it's playing on. You can give it partial access, where for every action it needs your permission, or you can give it no access. So I've just been experimenting and with small little projects, but that one's a really good one. Take this CSV file, find all these people. Here's all their LinkedIn profiles. Go find the city, state, and country, and then abbreviate the things like that. So it's basically in the middle of updating that spreadsheet. The thing I did with Claude, I've done a couple of things with it. You can point it to folders on your computer and say, go do shit there. So I had 2 different desktop folders. If you've been watching this for a while, you sometimes know that when I take a screenshot, I don't know where it goes. It goes to one of the desktop folders that's not in my sidebar. And then I added another one, and it's still going to a third place. And so I had Claude Code figure that out. I said, figure out what's going on with my desktop folders. And then I want you to go in there and I want you to organize everything. I want you to find all of the different file types. I want you to create folders for the different file types. And then within each of those folders, I want you to create years of files within it. So like images, and you go in there and it's like, here's 2025 images, 2024 images. And it just did all that shit. It didn't take that long. It took like, I don't know, 10 minutes. It was just like done. So that's what a lot of people are doing with it right now, is just file organization stuff, because it's kind of an obvious pain in the ass that we've all dealt with, especially if you've got a relationship to the desktop like I do. Just dump shit on it. And then I figured, well, let me try to get a bit more ambitious. And so I asked Claude, or Claude Cowork, I said, go to my YouTube channel, the AI Learning Lab. And I said, I've got, more than 2,000 hours of programming in there. And it's in these 2 tabs. It's in the videos tab and it's in the live tab. And I've got a bunch of shit there. And I said, go find all those videos and give me a timeline of the history of generative AI, starting with April 2023 and go through the end of this year, 2025. And it did it. So like what you're looking at on screen here, let me make this a little bigger. So now the one thing it didn't do, like I ran out of tokens before I could do another pass on it. It didn't maintain any of the appropriate language, like the way I talk, embrace the jank and all that sort of vernacular stuff I do. But it gave me a 33-month timeline with each month labeled. Theme, April 2023, the starting gun, early recognition of the AI revolution. And then each one of these main bullet points is a link to a YouTube video. And then May 2023, there's 4 videos. I guess it's doing it. No, it's not just doing it every 7 days. It's sort of picking ones it like. AI is accelerating faster than we can keep up. The coming AI job displacement is profound, but not inevitable. I do think it's inevitable now. I think I was wrong on that count. AI writing tools amidst the Writers Guild strike, May 8th, 2023. The generative AI gold rush is here. And so it just goes on. So this is just 33 monthly overviews of my YouTube channel. And it took 20 minutes, something like that. The thing that took the longest is it did this weird thing where it sort of just stopped at a certain point in time, and I said, no, go to the end. And then it didn't go all the way to the end, and I'm like, no, the end is December 2025. And it was like, oh, you're correct. That would make sense. This feels like it was 57 years ago. Yeah. So like the next thing that I want to do with this, and actually we could play with this tonight. The next thing I want to do with this is I could pop it into ChatGPT and have it rewrite it with, my kind of vernacular. And then we could do interesting shit with it. I don't know. But anyway, so let me give you some my initial thoughts after using Claude Cowork. It's a completely different way of thinking. It's not an LLM, and it's not vibe coding. And it kind of requires you to think at a systems level, like systematically, like think in frameworks. And it's also like the other thing that I can't quite get my head around yet is like I just don't trust it. Squirrel, 4 YouTube comments. Let's see. Question. I have a close girlfriend who's in her late 50s and she's scared of AI. Besides exposing her to AI Salon, any other suggestions on how to break her fear? She works in CAD a lot, designing low voltage systems. I think she's worried more about the evil people will use it as much as replace her job. Trying to get her a glass or 2 of wine to open her mind. I love the timeline. Would you be willing to share? I'd absolutely be willing to share. I want to get the timeline into a place where like it's good. Right now it's just kind of, it's like written in a very corporate kind of tone, which I hate. It doesn't feel like the AI learning lab at all. So, but maybe we can work on that tonight. But I want to go back to this idea of girlfriends. Invite her to come to the AI Salon Saturdays too. Seeing a bunch of women. Yeah, Social Saturdays that she leads AI does is good. Here's the thing. When people are in a place of fear, it's really hard for them to hear, A, you shouldn't be in fear. It's hard for them to hear anything outside of whatever tropes are going on in their head. If she's Social Saturdays is great because we talk so much about the human part of AI. That's a super vulnerable spot. Please invite her. Yeah. like where I was going was, I think like hyper empathy is really important. Like spend time with her if you haven't, like really understand what it is she's afraid of. Um, and to the extent that you can, sometimes what people are afraid of just isn't true. Right? So sometimes, people will say, well, it's, it copies and pastes. Well, it actually doesn't. And you can talk about that if you know about that. You can also acknowledge that a lot of how we got here with AI was done in weird and unethical ways, or gray areas at a minimum. It does use a lot of electricity. It does use a lot of water. The water one's a weird one because the water one I feel is quite temporary. It's also water, like it evaporates, and then it goes up in the sky and it comes back as rain, so we don't lose it. But certain watersheds might be impacted. So like it's an understandable thing. There's also a lot of studies about, if someone watches Netflix for 2 or 3 hours a night, they're likely using more energy and more water consumption than someone doing AI for the same 2 or 3 hours. So there's all sorts of shit like that you can talk about. But I think that the first place you have to meet them is where they are. So really understand where she is and what she's afraid of, and acknowledge it and understand it, and empathize with that fear. And then I think it's just understand, the kinds of things she likes. Like a way that you could make it a little less scary is if she's in CAD. What you probably don't want to do is jump right in and go, hey, let's go make a CAD drawing in Nano Banana and see how close it gets to what you do. Like that might just freak her the fuck out, right? But maybe she's into gardening or something like that, and you could say, hey, what can I plant if I wanted to plant a month early in this location? What might I plant? And then it'll do its thing and tell you that. And then maybe you say, hey, make me a garden design about what I should plant when and where, and put that, I've got a 20 by 50 plot and I've got 3 raised beds and they're this, dimension. Design me a garden. Right. So a thing to do is find something that people are personally interesting to them, and just go there. And if you can do it in a place that's not in their fear zone, right? If I'm a creative writer, and I'm afraid of AI and I'm afraid of it taking my job, probably the last thing I want to see is how good it is at creative writing. But I might be into hearing what it can do with music, right? Or maybe we go make an app over here that's a grammar app, right? Something that is tangential, right? Tangential but relevant. That could be a thing to do. And then seriously, I mean, honest to God, the best thing to do is just be in conversations, have her get in community, have her come to this meeting, have her join the AI Salon. Interviewed a much older futurist for 90 minutes today. He said, the AI is here. It's going to change the way kids end up writing, expressing thought, and making decisions and processing info, pros and cons. Yeah, it's going to change everything. I mean, make no mistake, this is as profound a shift as the steam engine, right? So the steam engine affected all of the ways we as humans did physical labor, right? The steam engine was an augmentation to human strength. And so it fundamentally transformed farming and agriculture, and it forced 80% of those employees out of the farms. And if you would listen to today's world, it's like, well, those people just died. No, those people didn't just die. Those people moved to cities and invented the service economy, right? And factories, and the labor shifted. And so same thing's going to happen here. So AI is doing for cognitive work what the steam engine did for physical labor. So it's going to be as profound a shift, but none of us know what it looks like on the other side of that. Just like someone on a farm couldn't really anticipate what it would be like to move to a city and open a hot dog stand selling pre-made food to people, in cement canyons. Like, if you described it to them, they'd be like, what are you talking about? Right? And then 30 years later, there it was, right? So it's gonna be like that. Like, there's gonna be jobs 5 years from now that we're like, wait, what? That's a job? That's not a job. That's a whatever. Like, we don't know what it is. Like, there are jobs today that are weird from 20 years ago, right? What do? I'm a YouTuber. What? How much money do you make? $1 million a year. What? What do you talk about? Pimples? What? Kyle, is there anything we can do to support you and Daisy on your trip? Exciting. I think just pay attention. Here's what I will commit to. Because I know that people are excited to hear from me, I'm going to do more social posts, more posts to the AI Salon, more TikTok videos. I'll probably go live occasionally when I'm down there. I would say just pay attention. A thing that you can do to support the effort is in the AI Salon right now. If you go into community feed, there's a post that I have in there that please share your AI story of transformation, how AI has changed your life. Go share your story there, because I'll grab those. TikTok pin. 2 AI articles in recent ABA journal. Interesting, but not as advanced as we have covered here. Oh, fascinating. One of my favorite parlor tricks is create a grocery list and then organize by department. Useful, non-threatening. That's a really good one, Source Camp. Yeah, the thing, if you've got someone who is... there was what's her name, Mel from Ulu RX, the one that sent me the pink bow, which is right behind my computer here. She used to talk about when she first learned AI. she would show people the most advanced AI trick she'd know. And she said, everyone I show this stuff to gets all freaked out because she would show them like, some talking avatar or something like that. And they're like, they don't even know what ChatGPT is. And she's like showing them, look, the robots can sing. And you're like, wait, what? So she was freaking people out. So the idea of meeting people where they are and doing something that's non-threatening. One of the things I think a lot about for people that are new to AI, there's a couple of major areas of fear. One of the areas of fear with AI is that I'm not technical enough. For the past 40 years of AI, if you wanted to do AI, you kind of did have to be a mathematician and a coder and a data scientist. Since November 30th, 2022, the launch of ChatGPT, you don't need to be a data scientist to be good at AI. In fact, if you're just good with the talking words from the mouth, and you're good at asking for what you want, you can be very good at AI, very good at it. So that's one of the first fears is I'm not technical enough, because they think it's a technical thing. So that you can get them over with showing them something simple. And they're like, oh, I could probably do that. The other thing is understand where people's kind of sacred value is. So if someone is really threatened, and there's a couple of like the creative arts right now, musicians are very threatened. Artists are very threatened. Filmmakers are very threatened. In the creative arts, people are very threatened. They have a sacred space that is where they create. And they've got it wired in their mind that AI is circumventing the creative process, right? Now, it is giving access to create things to people that don't have the skills they have. But it doesn't mean that their skills are irrelevant. But if that's a sacred space for them, let them have that sacred space. There's still all sorts of other things you can do with AI that are not in that sacred space. So, okay, you're a filmmaker or you're an illustrator. Can I show you like something it could do? Like, do you like sending out email queries to get jobs? Oh, I hate that. Perfect. Why don't we go try to make some emails here? And tell me what are the things you normally say, and then have it write something, and they'll be like, oh, that's interesting, but that's not how I talk. Okay, how do you talk? Let's tell it how you talk. And then within 15 minutes, they'll be like, well, wait, how'd you get it to do that? Right? That's a safe space for them because it's not directly in that sacred creative creation space or their employment space, right? If their value is very tied to their job, I would avoid that initially. Let them discover where the inputs are into that really sacred area. So you can't go to war with someone's survival program. That's exactly right, Andy. You can't go to, like, if someone's like, AI is evil because I'm an artist and it does art, and fuck that. Got it. Clear. Absolutely understood. We'll set all that shit aside. We won't touch that stuff. Some cool stuff it can do, but absolutely respect that boundary. But there's all this stuff over here we could play with. Anything interesting to you? Oh, yeah, that thing there is kind of cool. Have you ever created an application? Oh, no, I'm not good at coding. Okay, why don't we go to Lovable? You ever had an app idea? I do have an app idea, right? Before you know it, you've got a functional app that is not in their sacred zone of survival. And they've now seen, holy shit, this thing I thought I couldn't do, I just watched this thing do, right? So that can be a Kevin McAllister moment for them. Erica and MC, hello. Gareth, the business group in the AI Salon had a talk today. Gareth spoke today. Awesome. Business group, the business group. Timeline thing. Yeah, let's get back to it. Okay. So here, all of this. So I'm in Claude, the Claude desktop app. And okay, that's as small as it gets. And there's two modes. There's preview mode. So this is render the markdown, and then there's markdown mode. So I'm going to go copy the markdown text because ChatGPT can probably retain all this. Okay, so values, epilogue, what changed? Okay. Compiled from 700 plus videos by AI Learning Lab, created January 2026, coverage April 2023 to December 2025, 33 months. Purpose, to preserve the human story within the AI revolution, documenting not just what AI can do, but what it means for us. Okay, so we've got all this. TikTok pin. Pick 99. I got car insurance quotes that ChatGPT helped me understand which policy was best for me. That's that use case. There's a really good one. You take one of those people that's afraid of art and you're like, oh, hey, don't you have like car insurance you need to buy? Oh yeah, I hate buying insurance. Great. Let's have ChatGPT help us understand it. That's a great one because, I don't know if you knew this, but part of the business model of insurance companies is to make the process so complicated that most people never bother to make a claim. That's the business model. Like they've got people whose job it is to obfuscate how to get paid out if something happens. Right? Or in the case of health insurance, just the default is just don't pay it. Let them come fight it. Let them figure out in our Byzantine rules what we should actually be paying or not, right? That's by design. AI solves that. You can upload their Byzantine shitty fucking documents and say, here's the situation, here's what happened, here's my policy. Write me a letter that will get them off their ass. And it will. And it does. TikTok pin. I don't think there's one there right now. Okay, so we're going to take this. Let's see. What happened to unused tokens? What happens to unused tokens per month? It probably varies per service. I know some of the video models, their tokens roll over on a monthly basis. I think that's probably the minority of companies. If I were running a company, I wouldn't want people's unused tokens to just keep rolling over, because it effectively creates a big backlog liability, right? Because quite frankly, the 800 million users of ChatGPT, most of them don't pay anything. And a lot of them that are paying the $20 a month probably use $2 worth of tokens or less, right? Most people probably don't use their $20 worth at all. But if you keep rolling them over, then you've got this increasing liability of, if at some point all the people start using all the tokens, then we lose a bunch of money. So I would think that most companies don't do that. So they probably just go. But that idea of having a bank of token creation credits is, that's kind of the new power in the future. And they penalize you for making a claim. Yeah, exactly. And then there's a service fee for clearing the penalty to make the claim. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So this big long blue list, this is the markdown, the unrendered markdown of this 33-month timeline of this channel. I've been going live 5 or 7 nights a week for 2.5 years now, 33 months. And this is kind of the synopsis of it all. So let's take this over to ChatGPT. Oh, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to make it a Google Doc. Do I want to make it a Google Doc? Do I really give a shit? It's in Claude. I can always go get it. I don't think I give a shit. Although now I hear Cindy Kuhn in my head going, you should put it into a folder, Kyle. Shut up, Cindy. Shut up, Cindy. I don't even think you're in here, but you're in my head. Shut up. Knock it off. Oh, man. All right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I had an AI agent document my videos on AI Learning Lab, and it created the following 33-month timeline of both technical advancements as well as how humans are evolving alongside these new capabilities. And I'll just paste it all in here. Bang. And then I'll put 3 equal signs to let it know that that's the end of the document. I don't know if that actually told it that. I spoke at this National Government Insurance Conference. It was very weird. Some guy approached me after and said, "Sure, AI is cool, but I was a sniper for the government." So, okay. That's fucking awesome. Who wrote that? That's Puke Rainbows. Erica. Fucking, I'm assuming that was a man. That's such a man response. You're like doing all this AI stuff. I guess AI is okay. I could kill someone at 2,000 meters. I attract the weirdos. Oh my God. That's hilarious. Oh, okay. Okay. So, I want you to retain the hyper. Let's see. I'd like you to do the following: colon, bullet. Speaking of snipers, bullet. Retain the markup so it's nicely formatted and we don't lose hyperlinks. Based on what you know about me, my tone, and the kinds of language I use here and in the AI Learning Lab, I want you to transform what is currently a very corporate sounding report into a dynamic, on-brand timeline that captures I'll just do what did I do? On-brand timeline period. Is everyone still there? I think I just temporarily shut down my machine. Oops. Oh, yeah, I'm not sharing anymore. We're good. That's pretty funny. I hit the little, on a Mac keyboard, there's the fingerprint thing, and if you hit it, it's like a reset button or a lock the screen button. So I did that. Okay. So wait. So based on what you know, we're going to rewrite this. I want you to transform what is currently a very corporate sounding report into a dynamic on-brand timeline. Okay. And then I'll say, let's keep the current 33-month framework for this pass, though we may want to for this pass, we'll just leave it at that. It'll understand what that means. Okay, so we've got all of our shit. We're going to retain the markup. It's basically just going to rewrite it and keep it how it is. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'd have to look at the capabilities of what Claude Free can do, but it can do it in Pro. Would it work in Claude Regular Free or just Claude Pro? Yep, absolutely a guy. hey, yeah, lady. Yeah, I know you're into like AI or whatever. Like, you seem pretty smart, but I shoot stuff. men are so men. Jesus, what have we done? The AI awakening. The starting gun. Oh, this is real. Inside the AI revolution, what it means for you. Early recognition. It isn't tool update. It's a civilization update. Theme, the awakening. ChatGPT fever plus the first wave of, wait, what happens to us? AI is accelerating faster than we can keep up. First serious riff on agency. The future isn't something that happens to us unless we let it. This is shit that I still say. Fear is still in the room, but opportunity walks in and sits down too. I like that. The generative AI gold rush is here. I hate the title. What's the title? The AI Awakening, the Human Journey Through 33 Months of Transportation. That title sucks. Make it me. Oh, it's still writing. It's still going. Oh, I should also tell it to put this all in a canvas, shouldn't I? Fuck. If you don't know what a canvas is basically an editable document within a chat stream. Right now, this is just a big old blob of text. So however long this takes to write, which is pretty fucking long. June 2025. What were we doing last June? Medium boundaries blur. Everything becomes one continuous creative flow. Exploring GPT 4.5. The next evolution is conversational AI. Conversation becomes more nuanced, more thought partner, less assistant. AI-powered creativity from film to Suno and Runway. Cross-medium creation becomes one pipeline. AI agent. This is cool. This is super cool. Okay, so now I'm going to tell it. I haven't messed with Canvas yet. Well, I'll show you how to do it. We'll do Canvas right now because I'm going to just tell it. Oh, God, it's still writing. Jesus, ChatGPT. This is going to take forever to throw in a Canvas. Black bar. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. We're in sniper school, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Oh, thank God. Okay, so here we go. So we have all this shit that's not editable. So if it wrote something like, say, the title that I fucking hate, if I tell it right now to just like rewrite the title, it'll probably rewrite the whole fucking thing, including the few words of the title. So you can just tell it to do a canvas, but what you can also do is click on this little plus thing. And in more, there's this thing called Canvas, which is different than Canva. Canva makes pretty designs. Canvas is a specific tool. God help you if you don't pay attention to the little details. So I'm going to say, please drop this new version into a canvas. Boom. Done. So it's going to take it probably whatever it was, 3 or 4 minutes to do this. And it may just crap out. Let's see. It doesn't look very happy right now. Page unresponsive. I think we made ChatGPT shit to bed. Let's see. Let's stop it. Can we stop it? Oh, we can't. We crashed it. All right, we're gonna exit the page, reload. Fuck. God damn it. All right. Not new chat. I don't want a new chat, but I already clicked it, didn't I? Oh, look. It added shit into the canvas. Okay, let's stop it. Exit page. Reload. Okay. Let's go grab AI Awakening timeline. Here we go. Okay, it looks like it might be adding it to the canvas. So let's just let it go unless it crashes. So what I should have done was had it write it straight to the thing. We're using water now. Yes, we are. Yep, there goes another lake. You see all them sunnies floating belly up? That's AI for you. Apparently, Kyle wanted to get a timeline of his little YouTube channel, and that's why all the fish are dead. Here's Kyle's address. New release coming from OpenAI, I wonder? Oh, just because this is slow? No, I think this is just... I think this is probably more... my machine not being happy. Like, it's just probably... Yeah. I think I just crashed the browser. Let's try something else. We'll do a new chat. Maybe we won't. Exit page, reload. Okay, so wait, new chat. Great. Okay. So I'm going to say, based on this corporate sounding but very interesting 33-month timeline of my AI Learning Lab channel, I want you to write a detailed article for Substack. And I don't even have a Substack. I guess I should get one. I think I created an account. So I think I made one Substack once. Create a detailed article for Substack that uses my tone and vernacular and comic touches, e.g. embrace the jank, etc. And make the article, I don't know, capture the major phases of history of both AI tech progression as well as human evolution with their relationship with the tools. Here's the article. And actually, so Erica, what I'll do is I'll hit Canvas right now, and now it'll generate this new article in an editable canvas. 3 paragraphs. FYI, I hate this title. Come up with something based on your award-winning New Yorker style. New Yorker? What magazine should this be in the style of? We have a drought. I'm blaming AI. Do you think AGI will happen in the future? I think we'll see some version of AGI in 2026. Time magazine? Nah, Time's. No, I'm thinking of something more like something that's accessible. Rolling Stone, that's good. Based on your award-winning Rolling Stone style article that has research, humor, good writing, and most importantly, cultural context. Place the article in the canvas and make sure you retain hyperlinks if you are referring to specific videos from the canon. All right, here we go. Thinking. The jank age, 33 months that turned AI from party trick into a roommate. It's not bad. Source camp, we got party trick in there. Parlor trick. Well, it says party trick, but we can change that to parlor trick. Kyle makes ChatGPT shit the bed in the salon under AI Learning Lab. Okay. If you were alive between April 2023 and December 2025, you felt it. Not like, oh, wow, cool app, more like the ground moved. And if you were hanging out in the AI Learning Lab universe during those 33 months, you wouldn't just watch the ground move. You filmed it, narrated it, laughed at it. That's the story of this timeline. The big shift wasn't the tech, it was the relationship. In 33 months, AI went from weird demo to creative collaborator, co-pilot, muse, therapist adjacent, journaling buddy, app builder, studio assistant, pocket professor, and if we're being honest, occasionally a chaos gremlin with a PhD. If you were alive. Yeah, let's actually grab this whole thing. Oh, wait, I got to say, oh, is it still writing? I bet it's still writing. Yeah, it's still writing the article. Wow, long. Okay, we'll rewrite the top half of this to like take out the if you were still alive. Substack draft, AI Learning Lab, 33 months of embrace the jank. All right, phase one, the starting gun, April to June 2023, the moment everyone realized. The other thing that I should do is I should go back to Claude Cowork, because I also have TikTok videos from November 30th, 2022 to April 2023 when I started going live. So I should be able to grab that shit as well. Algorithm is no different than muscle and a nap firing, biologically and hardware-wise. They are on same. But you didn't hear that with all the gaslighting and gatekeeping. If the unit can't learn from past errors, it depends on finite fixed answers. It cannot become more intelligent. Progressive learning. Efficient registers, memory cells. Man of Worlds knows his shit. What about ASI? Not this year. Do you think AGI will happen in the future? Listen, it depends on your future, your definition of AGI. I mean, you could argue that we've already hit some form of it, right? You know, AGI, the definition is there's about 30 different definitions. I think the broadly accepted one is that it can do the actual work of people, and it's not there yet, right? It can't do the actual work of people. But in this past week, or the week before last, the CEO of Cursor, did a post that ChatGPT 5.2 Pro inside Cursor, they asked it to build it a web browser, and it wrote code for a week straight. It wrote more than 3 million lines of code across thousands of files, and it created a functional browser with its own custom rendering engine. And it did stuff weird, like there was still stuff to fix on it. But like the fact that it worked for a month straight, writing a browser from the ground up, a modern browser, and it did it. 2026, we're going to start to see more and more cases where these things just sort of take off and do things on their own. Like this thing that we're working on right now, this article of this 33-month timeline of my channel, of this channel, like that. I'll tell you what's really significant about this. This is funny. And Lord Digital Gods, you'll appreciate this probably more than anyone. So Digital Gods in the channel here, he's making some comments occasionally. He has been taking every one of my videos for the past, I don't know, when did you start? A year and a half ago, something like that? And he runs them through these AI tools that he's made that create descriptions and chapter markers and titles for all my YouTube videos. And then he's also generating thumbnails for them with custom, I think it's Nano Banana scripting and things like that. One of the things I've been horrible at, and part of my personal breakthroughs is going to help me not be as horrible at this, but one of the things I've been horrible at is that I record these videos and then I don't do anything with them. They just sit there like fucking bumps on a log. And if people find them, great. I don't market them. I don't pull clips out of them. I don't do shit with them. But in my mind, in this mind of mine, I keep thinking we're probably coming to a time soon where I can just point an AI at my YouTube channel and say, figure out what the fuck is in there. That time is here. The fact that it didn't come from YouTube is mind-boggling to me. They've got Gemini. Google owns them. They've got all the data. They know how to do this. The fact that Gemini hasn't created a YouTube mining tool is beyond me, but whatever. I'm not a cranky Gen Xer in the corner at Google. If I were, that would be one of the things I'm like, hey, here's a thing. Could we make this suck less? Geniuses, literal. Claude Cowork, I just said, go look at my channel and turn it into figure out what's in there. And it did it. So we're this year is going to be the year where I think we start to see job after job after job where there's some version of some tool that can start to do that whole job. I don't think this will be the year where we see, AI can do all the jobs. I think 27 is probably that year. Like we're not that far away from it. So, but I think that 26 is the year where we likely start to see tools where we all kind of have to admit, fuck. Yeah. AGI's here, because I think it's a continuum, but I think this is going to be the year. You know, it's crazy. Kyle clone himself based on his YouTube videos. Yeah, totally. You created a Broadway play, Kyle. Put down the bat. Oh man, is the physical embodiment Boston Dynamics? Everything they give us is for information extraction only. All right. Okay, so let me go grab the beginning of this article, which what, Champy? Let me go grab this. So we're gonna go edit. So Erica, I don't know if you're still here, if you're still watching. So I'm now inside Canvas. So notice in the upper left-hand corner, there's a little close button. I'm in edit. So whenever you highlight text in Canvas, you can now do shit to it. So like, see here how it says ask ChatGPT. Let's call it embrace the jank as main title, and then you figure out a good subtitle. It also should be parlor tricks, not party tricks. You dum-dum. You big fat dum-dum. Oh, he said it was fat. That was very rude to the AI. Why? Oh, this is a bug. Let's see. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Did I just lose my prompt? I did. God damn it. Shit of the son of a friggin'. Okay. Let's call it embrace. Champ, no, there's no cheese for you. The jank. And you write clever subtitle. FYI, it should be parlor trick, not party trick. Okay. So it'll rewrite the title. Let me go do the dog. You want out? Yeah. You big whiny. You big whiny. Here's your dog. Embrace the jank, 33 months that turned AI from parlor trick into a creative roommate. I don't get the creative roommate. Let's see. I don't understand this reference at all. Make it suck less. Gling is like Opus or Descript, I think. Cool. Oh, so you don't have to keep reprompting. Yes, Erica. That the whole reason. So what you call it? These things can do really cool stuff. Where's there should be. Let's see. Like I can grab this whole opening, right? And then why? Yeah, okay, they moved them over here. So I can grab a whole bunch of this, like this opening paragraph, and then I can do suggest edits, adjust the length. What's the reading level? So you can adjust the reading level. You could say, hey, that's too much. Like it requires a college degree to understand that. Make it more like grade school. You can add a final polish, which basically just tends to add emojis. Oh, you can add emojis. Final polish just does like markup and things like that. Anyway, it's pretty slick. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. The whole idea of were you alive is just weird. It's January 2026. Of course, we all were. You weirdo. Also, the significant date isn't April 2023, though that is when the live sessions on AI Learning Lab started. There were videos on the TikTok channel from the week ChatGPT launched on November 30th, 2022. That is the important date. So you should capture that and then put this timeline in context so you don't seem like a shitty reporter. I love yelling at AI. Okay. Oh, there's a new prompt out that we should try. Like, based on how I treat you, draw a picture based on how I treat you, or something like that. let's see if this gets the this thing better. Let's see if it rewrites this paragraph. Mo better. If you were paying attention when ChatGPT dropped on November 30th, 2022, you felt it. See, that's good. That week, the week the internet learned how to talk back. Oh, that's kind of cool. Was the real starting gun. The AI Learning Lab videos that followed, beginning in April 2023, didn't launch a revolution. They documented it in real time from the shockwave forward. If you were just hanging out in the AI Learning Lab universe over the next 33 months, irregulars, you didn't just watch the ground move. You filmed it, narrated it. Okay, wait. This is just fucking weird. It doesn't understand. Okay, hang on. Oops. Okay. This article should either be about Kyle Shannon, who created and hosts the AI Learning Lab, or should be from his POV. Your weird if you were here making videos, comments make it feel like you don't have a clear POV on the article you're writing. What I should probably actually do is just start over with the article, because it kind of got it wrong. Okay, I thought it was just me. I had some weird responses in Canvas today, and I just gave up. Yeah, it's possible, Gareth, or whoever suggested it earlier. It's possible that OpenAI has pulled down a bunch of servers because they're doing upgrades to something, and it's just kind of weak and shitty. But ChatGPT 5.2 is kind of a shitty writer. It's not really a good writer. I just got the note. Got to get milk. Got to get milk. Okay, let's see what this did. From the moment ChatGPT landed, Kyle Shannon started doing what he always does when culture shifts. He went live. That's not what I always do. I've never done that before. AI Learning Lab wasn't a recap show. It was a field journey, night after night. Kyle stress tested the tools, broke them on camera, chased the weird edges, followed the breakthroughs, and tried to translate what was happening in real time for everyday humans. I mean, yeah, sort of. This is not great. This is the story of that record, not as a corporate innovation journey. Please don't make me say journey again, but as a cultural artifact, a living diary of how tools evolved and how Kyle's relationship with them evolved right alongside the rest of us. From ChatGPT Shock, November 2022, the agent-powered workflow. It's like, it got this. It's a little better. Like, it's at least usable now. And Kyle went from, what is this? To, oh, God, what is this? To, okay, what if I use this? To, wait, I can reinvent myself. To, this is now infrastructure. To, cool, let's make sure it actually serves human beings. The arc is the point. That's not a bad little journey there. The starting gun. Part 2, the Wild West, when everyone became a pioneer, and also a little bit of raccoon. How today's janky AI will reshape tomorrow's work. Open link. Let's see if this actually goes to the right video. Look at my hair. The hair has always been an issue. Oh, good lordy. All right. Well, we'll come back to this. Let's see. Do I want to? Let me close this. I'll download this. Let's see. As a PDF. What do I want to do this as? Maybe I'll just copy the whole thing. Nah, that's going to suck. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm going to download this as a PDF. Let me go look at it and see how bad it is. Downloads. Did these survive? Yeah, okay. Looks like the link survived. Okay. As a gift to all of you. Well, do you want... So here's a question. Do you want this semi-shittily written article, or do you want like the whole 33 33 chapter 33 month timeline? Okay, I'm out, friends. All right, Erica. Thanks. Yeah, we're gonna have fun in DC. So thanks for the nice thoughts. Yeah, and I'm glad you learned about Canvas tonight. See, it's called the AI Learning Lab because occasionally someone learns one thing. It's all it's required. Eric, I'm good for the month. Erica learned canvases tonight. That's it. I didn't learn anything there. Erica did. That's all that matters. I've got it documented. I have it in a comment. Those are my qualifications, sir. All right. All 33. Word document for editing. First appearance issue. An endless safari. Can you name all the AI tools you use and what for? Asking so I can Google them all. Here's the thing, fricassee, fricka, secland, use capitalization in your name so I know which where's the beginning of new words. Let's see. Here's the thing about AI tools right now. The best AI tool is the one that serves your need. I would avoid the temptation to try to go learn everything. It doesn't matter which large language model you use. It doesn't matter which image generation model you use. It doesn't matter which music generation tool you use. It doesn't matter which voice synthesis model you use. It doesn't matter which movie generation thing you use. It doesn't matter. Well, vibe coding probably is the one that matters the most. If you're super geeky, you want to use like Claude Code and Cursor and things like that. If you're not geeky, you want to use something like lovable.dev. That's probably the only one where I'd say there's actually a distinct bifurcation depending on the kind of level of geek you are. All the tools right now are so good that it literally doesn't fucking matter. The most important thing is you centering yourself and figuring out what is it, who are you? What are your values? Who's the community that you give a shit about? How do you want to impact them? Is it family? Is it, a local community or work? Is it your town? Is it your state? Is it the country? Is it the world? Like, the world is literally your oyster now, but like spending some time understanding yourself about what you want and the kinds of things you want to do. Just assume that the AI is going to help you do all that shit. Assume that the AI is good enough that whatever you come up with, you can pull off. And then just go back to you. Who am I? What are my values? Who do I care about? How do I want to impact them? What do I want to do? Do you want to make people laugh? Do you want to make people cry? Do you want to serve people? Do you want to provide resources in times of crisis? There's plenty of that going around. Think about that. And then once you do that, then you can start to play with tools and figure out which one serves you best. I think that's the best way to do it. I think it's absolute madness to try to capture them all. ChatGPT still ranks at the top. Yes, I think. As an acid user of AI, I assume you meant avid user, but as an acid user of AI, it's got to be a trip. There's always something new to learn, and everything is changing real fast. Yes, that's the only constant right now in AI, is that anything you learn today will be completely irrelevant 6 months from now, and just embrace that. Let's see. I am going to go to new. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Claude Cursor, and I'm going to go to this mode. And I am going to copy this as formatted text. And I'm going to go to docs.google.com, and I'm going to go new blank document, and I'm going to go bang. And then let's go to ChatGPT. What was the title? The title of this wasn't bad, was it? Embrace the jank. I don't know. Into a creative co-pilot. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So we'll change the title to that. That's more like a journey via the videos of the AI Learning Lab with Kyle Shannon. All right. Okay, so here's this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this. We're going to go general access, anyone with the link. We're going to copy the link. Done. Save. Oh, do I want to lock this in some way? Anybody know how to do that? Security limitations. No. Tools. Accessibility? No. Anybody know how to make this read only? If I do share, anyone with the link has general access. Oh, viewer. Anyone with the link is a viewer, not an editor. There we go. Okay, this is good. So anyone with the link is now a viewer. Copy. Done. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do for y'all. I'm going to go to the AI Salon, and I'm going to go to look what I made. No, I'll go to irregulars. You all are here. You're irregulars. There's only a handful of you here. So, okay. So I'm going to say, here is the raw 33-month timeline of the AI Learning Lab lives. You irregulars were likely here for most of this. Weirdos. I would love to see what you all come up with based on this. This document was created with Claude, Cowork, V.1, and was not edited and is quite, quite poorly written. I think that's it. All right. If you make cool stuff, please share in look what I made. Space. Oops, what just happened there? Okay. Good. Post, notify, and then I'm going to go to look what I made. We're going to copy the link to this, share, copy link. We're going to go back in here. We're going to edit, and we're going to go paste. Champ, stop the whining. All right. And then we'll save that. All right, there you go. There's the 33 months. I didn't do shit with it. Go make shit with it. All right? Groovy. Oh my God, I just had GPT and Gemini create an image based on how I treat it. Okay, let's go do that. We'll go do that one here. Okay, we'll do new chat. Based on how I treat you, make an image that represents our relationship. Oh boy, here we go. And Joy Purdy, hi from work. What's happening? Can you demo this trending Claude agent? Hey, Tinashe. I will, but it's not going to be this week. I'm in Washington D.C. with Daisy Thomas. We're doing an AI Salon fly-in in Washington D.C. to go talk to lots of legislators. And so I actually ran out of tokens for Claude Cowork today, so I can't demo it tonight. It's not all that fun to look at, but it's cool what it does. But I will probably be talking about it over the next couple of weeks because it's a very different way to think about what computers can do. I haven't begun to scratch the surface. Like, it is wild that it can do what it can do. It's wild. Okay, first of all, I'm a dog person, not a cat person. I don't think I'm a 14-year-old brunette girl. But, details. Create another image while you wait. That's pretty awful. Okay, whatever. Whatevs. All right, I'm out of here. Let's see. Do me a favor, just pay attention to the AI Salon and LinkedIn. So as I'm, sort of tooling around DC in the next couple of days, I'll be sharing things. If you could just capture those, repost them, retweet them, do things like that. How do you draw a ninny? Yeah, exactly. We've got AI life hacks on Wednesday. That's this Wednesday. No AI learning lab. Tuesday and Thursday. So I'm traveling tomorrow, so we won't have one of these tomorrow night. I might do some spontaneous lives throughout the next couple of days, but this standing 8:00 meeting will not happen Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and then Friday's iffy because I'm returning Friday, and I don't know where my head will be. I might just take the night off, but I don't know. But champ, what? Oh, come here. You want love? Come get love. Bring me a baby. Bring me your baby. Yes. Bring me your baby. He's got a blue monkey. Give me your monkey. Give me your monkey. Give me a monkey. I don't know if you've got a dog like this, but he wants to play. He wants you to play with his toy that he's proud of, but then he won't give it to you. So he just walks around with his tail wagging going, you going to take it from me? And then you try to take it from him and he runs away, right? Are you a dum-dum? Are you a dum-dum? Are you a big fat dum-dum? Come here. Give me a monkey. Give me a baby. Give me a baby. Okay. Okay. So I'm out. Just pay attention to what I'll be posting. We've got AI life hacks on Wednesday. None of this for the week. None of the normal stuff. I'll probably go live on TikTok here and there. I think that's about it. I don't have any homework other than, if you see posts about DC, do me a favor and sort of amplify those. Okay. Groovy. I got to go get milk. I was handed the note. Here's the note so you can see it. Maybe it thinks you're the robot. All right, coolio. Thank you all. Have a good night, and I will see you probably Friday. But we'll be in DC representing.